How can you build muscle over your GAA winter? If you're a GAA player and you're looking to build muscle over the winter, there's a couple of things you can do. It's very, very important now that you start focusing everything towards whatever your weaknesses are in your game or whatever you're trying to change in your body composition. So for anyone that's coming through my GAA Lean Body Program, to give context to this answer, you always have your end goal in mind and then you design your program around that. So if you know that you want to get faster for next season but you want to build muscle as well, you want to make sure that you design your training program and your nutritional plan around that. So for example, building muscle over your GAA off season isn't as straightforward as going in and doing 8 to 10 reps of your normal hypertrophy parameters, following a bodybuilding program that will by all means build muscle. But what can happen is you can have a negative effect as a GAA player when you do certain movements in one plane of motion, or you focus on machines, or you only do that plane of motion that's most beneficial for building muscle and not improving performance. You can actually negatively affect your performance coming into next season. So the main thing for building muscle over your GAA off season or over the winter is start focusing on your compound lifts, working your hypertrophy parameters, working your 8 to 10 rep range, your 60 to 90 second reps. Try focusing a little bit on slower negatives, so slow controlled and then explosive positives, and then make sure you factor in some strength and conditioning work, some reverse lunges, barbell box squats, plyometrics, your box jumps, so that you're able to keep your body functioning as an athlete, so you're not just focusing on building muscle. You want to build functional muscle in your off season. So when you have your training program geared towards that, you can do that in the gym. Your nutrition then needs to make sure it supports that. So you need to keep your carbohydrates slightly higher, particularly on harder training session days. One of the best things that works for a lot of my athletes is cycling your carbohydrates. So on your leg day or your metabolic conditioning days or your high intensity days, you're eating higher intake of carbohydrates. On your arm days or shoulders, you're doing moderate intake of carbs, and then on your rest days, you're doing a lower intake of carbs, but you're keeping your calories high. So you're cycling your fats up on the low carb days and you're cycling your fats down on the high carb days, so that your calorie intake is keeping you in a surplus. So if you need 2,500 calories to stay the exact same weight, you want to be eating 3,000 or 3,400 or 3,500 calories just to add muscle onto your frame, provided you're doing a high intensity program. So you can build muscle over your GAA off season. You just have to make sure that your training program and your nutritional plan is geared towards that, and you're doing the right movements, you're keeping your conditioning, you're keeping your strength, you're keeping your mobility, on top of building muscle through your compound lifts, your bench press, your rows, your squats, your sumo glute deadlifts, but you're also focusing on getting your glutes to activate. You're doing those different planes of motion and you're tying that in with your nutrition. So hopefully this video helps. And if you know any GAA players or any of your friends or GAA players who are looking to build muscle over the winter or over the off season, please tag them below. Thanks for watching.